y'all. Welcome back to Mama Loves Manga and welcome back to another episode of the Yuricast. I am here with my dear friend, Lythus.
Hello.
How's it going?
It goes.
And so it does, and so it does. So, last month we talked about Arcane, right?
Yes.
Was that last month?
Yes, that was.
And I honestly want to rewatch that. I actually meant to tell you. Oh, I can't believe I didn't text you this. I watched a video. There's confirmation that there's going to be a second. There's going to be a second season.
Yeah, I told you that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Well, I forgot. And YouTube put some video in my recommendations, and I was like, "Oh my god, they've confirmed a season 2. I didn't know that you knew."
Yeah,
I
they
mean, I guess I
confirmed
did.
it the day the final 3 episodes came out.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, I'm not cutting that out. Anyway, so I decided that it was time to to to, to read a manga. You know, we haven't read a Yuri manga in a little while. And so I chose something short and sweet, okay? Um and we read The Girl I Want Is So Handsome, the complete manga collection by Uama, Uama. Oh, and it's released. Seven Seas? It's released. It's being released in English by Seven Seas. And if you can, please give a synopsis. Your honest synopsis.
All right. Well, it's an omnibus, and it's only 2 volumes, so it's pretty short. There's not much of a synopsis to give, and that synopsis is basically we have a first year who's a cutesy, girly girl, and she sees or runs into taller second year basketball playing student, and she's like, "You're pretty,"
No,
and she doesn't tell her, but in her mind, she's like, "She's pretty." Um,
no, not pretty.
Handsome.
Nah.
Okay, whatever. All right, and she's like, "I want you," and then they do the romance stuff, and yeah.
Okay, that actually was terrible, and I'm upset about it. I know, like, I want to yell at you.
I mean, if you wanted to be yelling, you would be yelling. So, I think you're lying.
Okay, so basically, and here's the thing, I don't remember their names, I'm not gonna lie. So, but yes, he is correct that you do have the cutesy, like adorable character. Um, and she does run into her, future love interest, who is a more, I don't know. Listen, I like her vibe, okay? I like her vibe, but anyway, just more grounded. She gives a more grounded, serious vibe. Y'all know the vibes is the opposites, uh, the opposite thing. Anyway, I think I'm doing an even worse job describing this, but
I was
whatever.
about to be like, you said the same thing I said.
So, anyways, they do bump into each other, okay? But the important thing that Lythus did not say is that, listen, are you listening, Lythus? Do you remember this? Bubbly girl who is not athletic at all inadvertently ends up joining the basketball team.
Okay, she joins as the manager. She's not a
No, no,
part
no,
of
no,
the
no, 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 no,
team.
no. But she thinks that she's going to be on the team, and she actually does stuff with them. And then later on, then it's like, oh, okay, actually, you can be the manager. Okay, like I'm right and you're wrong. So just
Moral of the story is she's garbage at basketball, so she's the manager of the team
yes,
instead.
but she still gets to be near her crush. So that's the synopsis. Okay. So did you have any expectations going into this?
Not really, because it was so short. I was like, I'll
Yeah.
read it. And then when I looked on the back and I saw the rating was teen, I was like, okay, this is just going to be like a cutesy fest the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Um, so
What were your thoughts when you discovered that, when you realized that it was going to be cute?
I mean, uh, it was fine.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm not gonna say it's bad because
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
not true.
Were
It's
you
just
cussing me out in your mind?
no,
Okay.
I was not. It's just I don't care much for like cutesy things. I'm just kind of like, oh, huh, eh. So I was a little bored because I was like, I know all of these story beats, so there's not really anything interesting or exciting for me. Um, you know, and it's short, so there wasn't a whole lot of meat to it, in my opinion, either. But it's not bad. I mean, it's fine for what it is.
It was so cute. I just don't understand.
Cuteness does not work on me, Aisha.
I personally thought that this was so cute and refreshing. Y'all know I read a lot of. I'm gonna look at y'all. I'm not gonna look at him. Look at y'all. I read a lot of smut. Okay, and it is nice to have a break from the smut sometimes. And this is a really cute, adorable series or little short thing to take a break from the smut. Okay. Um, I thought it was wonderful. I don't know that I had any expectations going in other than this is going to be cute and I'm going to like it. And I did. So, for the sake of having an actual podcast episode, we're going to talk about the characters. Okay. So,
Whose
like
names
this.
we have forgotten.
Well, okay, but I was hoping that you would pull out your physical copy.
I mean, it's sitting on the floor next to me,
Can you
but
please can you please pick it up? Please. Please. Please.
fine.
You didn't need to do any of that.
All right, I have the copy.
Okay, okay. Are you gonna
Oh, you want me to
give us
tell you
said
the name?
information?
Okay.
Wow, wow, you just okay.
All right, we got Hinami Ayakawa.
Okay,
Ayakawa
okay.
Hinami.
We're gonna call her Hina.
Hina. She's the cutesy first year.
Yes, yes, yes.
The other one is Shiki Hiragi. She's
Okay,
the she's the
Shiki.
tomboy, kind of,
So
but not
right,
really.
but not really. Like she's not a
Yeah.
tomboy. She just plays
No.
basketball.
Yeah. That's why I don't really feel like the handsome fits all that well. I was expecting a more masculine character, but
That's fair.
she's not. She's more
Well,
just like boss lady vibes.
right. I fully understand why Hina was into her, because she just was really nice and um, really good at basketball. And I like people who are good at things. Um, as per usual, I will say that I over identified with Hina's personality. I always do with the cutesy characters. It's kind of annoying. I don't know, but they be saying stuff and doing stuff that I do, and I'm just like, yeah, well, like she's Hina is a simp. She was such a simp for Shiki, and I was like, girl, I get it. I understand. Me too.
I'm gonna be mean here, right?
Okay.
I don't feel like the story was long enough for really any of the characters to feel unique.
Real? Yeah.
They felt like, carbon copies of existing archetypes. They didn't really have like this makes this character unique to this story. And they
Mm.
can only exist here.
You're not wrong.
That wasn't true, I felt, of any of the characters,
Yeah, you're
in
not
my
wrong.
opinion.
I can't even refute that. Honestly, I'm just saying a bunch of stuff because listen, do you know we've only been recording for 13 minutes?
Yeah, I can see the timer. Believe it or not, I do have eyes, Aisha.
Okay, but do you have opinions about this manga?
I told you what my opinions were. I'm like, I mean, it's fine. It's cutesy, which is not really my thing. But if you want a cutesy story, you'll probably
Mm-mm.
like it. It's an omnibus all in one. So it's, economical if you're wanting a complete story. Um,
Mhm.
it's in the large trim size. So,
Is it? I don't know because I
yeah.
read it on my Kindle. Um, because I think my intuition said that it wasn't gonna be one that I'd want to have physically. Um, but I do really think it's cute. Like
It is.
it's
That's what it
cute.
is.
It's it's a cute in between smut refresher, like a
Oh,
palette
okay.
cleanser.
Okay. I thought you were ascribing any form of smuttiness to this work, and I was like, no, no. Were we reading the same work? Absolutely not. This is. I saw the rating
No.
on the back, and I was like, I think I know what I'm in store for. And then
Oh
I was
no.
like,
Oh,
99% correct.
actually there is one thing that I did want to say. Okay. So, it is very obvious that it is geared toward teenagers. And what I want to say is that I appreciate that it felt like something that I would have enjoyed as a teenager and not the stuff that like adults tend to think that teenagers would enjoy
I mean, it's a
or
it's a
should
teen
enjoy.
it's a
Like,
teen melodrama. I mean,
yeah,
that's what it
well,
is.
but it also okay, so it was melodramatic, but not too I mean, because I love melodrama, so I don't feel like it was that bad,
It didn't
that
ham it up.
or
It
that
didn't go
hard,
like,
yeah.
yeah, it wasn't
But
like, oh, the world's ending, some
yes, 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 yes.
crazy, crazy. So it didn't do
Yes, yes, yes,
that.
yes. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is something positive, okay? But let my brain do what it does. Okay. I know it's taking me a while to get this out. Okay. So, what I really liked is how it handled like the physical attraction part that they had because it didn't shy away from the fact that these teenagers are into each other, but they didn't need to like have them do anything. Like it was very obvious. It was just very well done. I was like, yeah, this is something that I as a teenager would have realistically, picked up and read and been like, "Oh my gosh, I love this so much." Because it was a more accurate depiction of what I mean, maybe I'm just projecting. Okay, I'm just projecting.
I mean, it does.
But
I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
think
be
it
here like,
wasn't super like it wasn't so chaste that it was like, okay, are teenagers really reading this or is this for like 5-year-olds?
oh my
You
god, they
know?
touched hands. There's
Right,
somebody's getting
like
pregnant. Oh
right.
no.
It wasn't so like but then it also like wasn't it wasn't so like over like I don't know, overly sexualized. It just felt very realistic or it felt, yeah, like just a good level of like that part of the romance. Um, in my opinion, like they had kissing, and I was just like, "Oh, look at them kissing. That's so
They
cute."
get pregnant. Oh no.
Okay, if they didn't do any of that, thankfully.
Oh, I mean, I'll agree with that. It does, show that the characters are, physically attracted to one
Yeah,
another,
I guess
which
it's yeah.
is real. Whenever a story is out there, that doesn't seem to at all indicate the characters are into each other, at least in part for physical reasons.
Mhm.
It's a little bit weird. So I mean, this does
Yeah.
have that. It's like, okay, they aren't into each other physically, and the story does talk about that in
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think a decent manner, at least for what this work is trying to be.
Yes. Yes. And I feel like the teen label is very appropriate in this instance because
Yeah,
like there's some manga that I've read that was labeled teen, and I'm like, I don't know.
this is an all ages affair.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, I don't know a whole lot of teenagers, but I know one that I live with because I gave birth to them. Um, and apparently some of his little friends are now following me on social medias, which if y'all are watching this right now, y'all need to turn this is not get off get off, go away. Anyway, but you know, I, teenagers aren't they want to read things that they can relate to because don't we
Yeah.
all? And like there's gonna be like just some kissing, some making out, some clear like, hey, actually, yeah, I want to like make out with you. That's great. I loved. I don't. That sounds creepy. Like I loved it, but I think it's it's appropriate in a manga for
Oh man,
teens. Ugh. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? It was not
I
that
do.
funny. It was
I know what you're
not that
saying.
funny.
You're the one who brought it up and drew
You be
attention to it. All
laughing
right, not
sometimes
I.
sometimes you be laughing at me, and it's, like, unnecessarily hard, and I feel like you're
Oh, I
laughing, like,
never laugh
at
at you
me.
unnecessarily. All
Like,
right.
it's like you're really, like you're really laughing at me, and I'm just like, "Dang.
You know what? Sometimes people need to be laughed at. All right.
Dang." Oh, I liked the side characters. I meant to say, obviously okay, when I say like them, I know you're gonna be like, I didn't get to have time with them. Like, I get it. It's a 2 volume series, but like, I thought it was fun to have the one character who um Hina thought was the manager at first. It turns out she was injured or whatever. Um, and to watch their relationship kind of change. Like that was cute. Okay.
Yeah, it
It
was
was they're
interesting.
they're
Here's my critique.
uh-huh.
You got 2 volumes.
Yeah.
You need to have it be about the main couple. You got 2 volumes.
Yeah, okay.
You
Okay.
don't have time for
Okay.
side character development.
Okay. Okay, well, it's there. Um, that's all I can it's there, and I liked it, okay. Um, I also thought it was funny, the scene that
Okay,
was very much
I want to say for the record, I don't dislike it, but when there's only 2 volumes, I think it does come at the expense of development of the main relationship. And, you know, yeah.
I I didn't say that you were wrong. You are correct, but that doesn't change the fact that I liked those characters and their little tryst, their little predictable tryst. I thought it was adorable. And I also liked the little like extras on the pages, like the explanations of or the what is it, the stats or whatever, the information
The character
for the
profiles.
girls. Yes, the character the information for the girls. That's the character. what did you say it was? Character develop?
Character
No,
profiles.
character profiles. Those were adorable. I always enjoy those. I don't know why, but I like to see like the little backstories and like what are their favorite foods? What are these fictional characters' favorite things?
See, I think those are fine. It's just in order for me to care about this, I need more than 2 volumes.
Okay. I feel like the difference is that this is a fundamental difference between the two of us because as you know, I don't really need a lot um presented to me in order for me to decide that I like it. Like I'm just like, "You know what? This made me smile, so I like it." Okay. What can I say? Like I'm if it entertains me, I like it. So,
I like novelty and I like when things are big and spectacular. So this was neither of those. Not to say that it's bad. I didn't think it was bad. It's just
mhm,
it didn't excite me, which admittedly is hard to do. It's hard to get me excited about anything. But,
mhm,
there wasn't anything in here I didn't feel I'd seen. Maybe some elements while I had seen were, maybe a bit polished in here and they were done better. But at the end of the day, the characters didn't feel, unique to this story,
mm.
which, that's not a bad thing necessarily. It doesn't mean the story doesn't work. It just, I don't feel the story has much identity, I guess is
Mm,
what I'm trying to say. Like, if I were to
mm,
say, why should I read you and not something like you?
mm.
If your answer isn't, there isn't anything like me, you know, that's not necessarily a problem. It's just you're not differentiating yourself.
Ah. Ah. Okay. Well, do with that what y'all will. If you're someone like me who generally just enjoys being entertained, um, and when you feel the urge to read something and you don't have anything like that's already available on your shelves. I'm not saying that I have plenty that I could anyways. The point is that pick it up if you are, just kind of wanting to have a cute read, you
Yeah,
know.
if you're looking for a cutesy high school
Yeah.
Yuri, that's
If
short.
you're new to Yuri, I think this would be really good to pick up.
Yeah, probably because you won't have seen a lot of the stuff that just makes me like be like, yeah, I've seen this
Yeah,
before.
yeah, and it's
I can
short.
see that.
And it's
Yeah.
short. So there's no, like you can get a feel of how many Yuri series, like the formula that a lot of them tend to follow. And you can kind of decide, is this a thing that I like? Is this a particular way of storytelling?
Actually,
Right.
I'm gonna make maybe a not nice claim, but this to me feels like I don't want to use that word. That's pretty mean. It feels like you you want something shorter than the Kaze-san series, basically. It has a very
Mm,
similar dynamic, but this one's shorter and you don't get as much development of the characters.
mm.
And they're not quite as unique.
That's not mean.
Well, I was gonna use the phrase budget
I knew it.
Kaze-san.
I knew it. See,
It's like that's kind of mean. I'm gonna tone
I
down
knew it.
my
I knew
language a bit.
I'm like, yeah, he's fixing to say, "See, listen, I know you."
it's like there's nothing bad about that. It's just the way that tends to come across is not
Dang.
pleasant.
He
Um,
he was like, "Dang, that's a it's a budget it's a budget cost. It's the dollar store version."
and you know, I I don't want to be too mean. I feel like this author they need a longer series.
Mm,
Because I was reading some of the afterwards, and it was like, you know, she didn't initially plan for this to be like a series. It was originally a doujin work,
yeah.
and then it got picked up because they liked it.
Mhm,
And so to me, this is like the the artist's first foray into like a serialized work, and there are going to be growing pains with that
mhm, mhm,
because
mhm.
it's probably not something they're familiar with. I don't know their life. Maybe I'm wrong. But to me, that's what it seems like, and you know, I'd want to see what a longer work, a more sort of not thoughtful. That doesn't make sense. But like planned out work
Mm,
from them
mm,
would be.
mm. I'm looking at the time to see if we've hit 30 minutes
Oh my
because
god.
I wanted this to be at
Well,
least 30 minutes.
you can talk about the series.
I talked a lot. The heck? What do you mean?
You can talk more.
I've said what I needed to say. Like, I keep saying that I like it. And every time I say I like it, you find another reason why you don't like it.
Hey, no, 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 no. It's not that I don't like the series. The series is fine.
I feel attacked right now. It's on Black History Month. That's why I feel attacked.
And now your lighting's attacking you as well.
Listen, the lighting is disrespectful on Black History Month.
On? You mean in? During?
On in
On top of the month?
on on top. Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about? Go ahead. What were you saying?
I wasn't saying it. I was like, you should talk more about the elements that you liked. So it's not just me critiquing the work
I mean,
the
okay,
whole
so
time.
I already said that I liked the like what we got to see. I liked the dynamic between the two main characters. Also, I haven't read Kase-san. Um and I don't know, like, okay, let me explain why I haven't. I haven't because I heard about it when I was like very much like I only am looking for Yuri with adult women. And so I skipped that because I was like, it's about high schoolers. Um, but my
So the thing
mood.
about the Kaze-san series is it's like throughout um, their high school journey, and now they're in college.
Oh,
Follows them. That's
okay.
it has its own thing going. There's like, okay, these characters, I feel like they only work here. So that's what
Mm,
Kaze-san has going for it. Because like
um,
these characters fit the narrative that they're supposed to fit into.
right. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying that I'll never read it. It's just like that's why I haven't. So if this is like intro to Kase-san, then it makes me want to also read that actually.
I
So
would
I
I would recommend that one. I would.
like I really think that this would be a good stepping stone for people who haven't really read a lot of Yuri.
I can see that. Yeah.
One more thing. I wanted to know if you noticed that like the little their meet cute, like when they it was very reminiscent of or at least it made me think of um How Do We Relationship, the way that those 2 met,
I mean,
the
they yeah.
the
One
face
runs
and
into
the
the
booby.
others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was like, "Oh, that's That's funny. I don't know that I'd really seen that much in other Yuri until
Even if you've not seen it in Yuri,
I guess I mean I've seen it in like dumb like basic looking boy harem whatever.
yeah, like that's very
Yeah.
common in that
Mhm.
style of work.
Right.
So that's not uncommon.
No. I mean, I'm not um like again, I know people are against it. I laugh every time. I'm problematic, whatever. I laugh every
It's
time.
it's entertaining. It's like ha ha ha. Eh.
Yeah.
But once
Yeah.
you've seen it enough, you're like, okay, yeah.
Also, it really doesn't happen in real life like that. I don't know cuz I don't have big titties. So, um I don't know nothing about that life. But
Well, I mean, I have never met anyone by running into their boobs. Um, I've never met anyone that's told me they met someone by running into their boobs. So I, you know, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. That's not something that happens.
yeah, I think it would be hilarious if imagine imagine running into my
Oh.
I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it's the way their the head would just bounce right off. Like, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for you. I will not be paying. Actually, I'm not going to apologize because I will not be paying any medical bills for anyone whose head smashes into my chest. Wow, what a turn this took. So, do we have anything else to say? No.
No, not really. I mean, if you're looking for a short, cutesy high school Yuri, that's pretty innocent and cutesy.
Yeah, yeah, I
You
agree.
know, maybe you'll like this one. It's pretty short. It's pretty economical, especially if you buy the digital version.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, it's just it's not unique.
Okay, so our pick for March. So, would you like to announce what we're reading?
Yeah,
it seems unique.
yeah. We're gonna be reading a web comic, Korean webtoon called "On a Leash," which you can find on either Inker.com, INKR, or TappyToon. And it's a Yuri work about there's like a war going on, and there are people, and they've got like their people forms and their animal forms, so there may be some furry stuff.
They're
We'll
shapeshifters.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. um and it's about two girls. One's kind of like fighter girl, and the other's like the commander or medic girl. I can't remember if she's
Okay, so I'm gonna just you know what I'm finna do? I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna read the okay.
wow.
Well, okay. I feel like your exhaustion is okay. Here we
Is
go.
my tiredness apparent?
Yes, yes. Okay. In a war. No, I'm just kidding. In a
In a
war.
world.
I can't do that voice. In a war between the shapeshifters who dwell on land and those who control the skies, renegade hero Sergeant Irene Red is as feisty as she is fierce. Ready to throw herself into enemy lines against all orders, there is only one thing she fears: the allied reptilian medic, Captain Roos Duval. Roos? Interesting name. While Red is ready to put herself in harm's way for the sake of her comrades, her reckless tactics always send her back into the clutches of the twisted captain. Even in the midst of battle, these two seem to always run into each other. While Ruth, ooh, child, I'm over here. Anyways, while Ruth can't keep her hands to herself, Red can't figure out why Ruth keeps running through her mind. But this growing interest soon traps Red like a leash around her neck. As passions spark and boundaries are pushed, how long before this wet nosed virgin is swept up by her scaly superior? Listen! First of all, let's talk about how well I read that.
You
Let
didn't
me
get embarrassed at any point.
let me say that I'm going to manifest a career as a reader of synopsises.
Anyway, it has a World War One aesthetic, which is not common in much fiction, at least
Mm,
not much that I've read. And so it's always interesting when it's like World War One, because normally if they're doing like world wars, it's like it's like a World War Two era thing. No, this is World War
mm.
One, so
Oh,
that'll be interesting.
I just am interested in the shape shifting and the what seems to be the kinkiness. Okay. I mean, it's called On a Leash. I like it. Picasso. You don't get on TikTok, so you have no idea what I'm
No,
talking about.
you know what? You called me out. It is correct. I do not peruse that degenerate platform.
I don't know why I even mention it around you because you say this every time. Oh my God, we get it. Anyways, do we have anything else? Oh, okay. So in March, we will be talking about Freak on a Leash
It's not
by
it. It's just called On a Leash.
but this okay, but you can't tell me that that song is not playing in your head when you hear the title when you read the
I
title.
I may have heard that song, but I can't attribute the title to the song. So I don't
I've got
know.
to end it. We've got to end it now. We've got to end it. Oh, and we're reading the first 24
That's what you
chapters.
said.
Yes. So basically, what, one season of an anime? Two seasons?
Okay, so you're trying to equivocate
I know.
anime stuff
I
with
already know.
which is
As
just
soon as I
no.
said it, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I already knew. Just let's pretend that I didn't say that. Okay. What do we usually do at this point?
We say goodbye. We say follow
Okay.
the social medias.
Oh yeah.
You know what's
Um,
us
we'll put it in the description unless you want to say it. Life is where can they find you?
on Twitter and on YouTube.
Yeah, and where can they find the Yuricast?
On Twitter.
Yes,
I thought you were
and
about to ask, and where can they find me? And I was about to be like, I
I
don't know.
almost did. I almost, but I was like, that's not what I want to say.
I would have gone in hard on that. Oh man.
The universe saved me from that mistake. So y'all can find me at Mama Loves Manga everywhere, pretty much. Um, yeah. So bye.
Bye.